everybody. It is a very gloomy Saturday morning and we are on our way to another full training day. We got Darcy back there. She's gonna hang out with Nana. Yeah?
She's being shy.
She's being shy.
What class is it today?
Good question. I don't remember.
I think it's like 7 and 8, isn't it?
Yeah, we're on class 7 and 8.
Of 12.
Of 12. So this is like us going over the hump. What do you want to say? No, we're not going to see Nolan. We're going to go see Nana.
Darcy's spending the day with Nana.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the classes are. Oh, it's overcoming differences in placements and something else.
It's a pretty important one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because there are gonna be differences. So
not to mention, like, you don't want to, I mean, after you get a placement, you want to do everything you possibly can to make it work, because the last thing you want to do is, you know, make the kid go to another foster home and then they're getting self-esteem issues and it's just bad.
Yeah, feeling unloved.
Yeah, you're doing more harm than good.
Yeah. But we thought we would take you along for the journey today as we go through this full day of training. So let's go.
So I called earlier this week to this place and asked who is training today.
Because we had to retake a class on a Wednesday, same agency that we're training with, and it was not a very good class.
No, the class was good.
No, sorry, the class was good.
The trainer was subpar. Facilitator.
He laughs at that, but there is a difference between it, because I'm in learning and development, so I do know. But so it's not going to be the same facilitator today, so we do know that, but it's not the lady that we had last week, who we absolutely loved. So I don't know, is it safe to say that we're nervous?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is a long day. This is like 6 hours of training. Yes.
And so you need to have somebody who keeps you engaged, who's incredibly knowledgeable and is able to talk about these things and have it translate. So we will see how this goes.
Fingers crossed.
We're pulling in. There's no turning back.
Yep.
We also had a pit stop for some breakfast because this is a long day. We went with the very healthy choice of Taco Bell. I immediately regret the decision. So we'll keep you guys posted.
Yep.
Hey everybody, we just had our lunch break and it's currently raining, which is hopefully this video part is
Talk
okay.
louder!
Hi! So we just did the first half of the class for today, which was like transcending differences with your placement. So what are your thoughts on it?
I thought it was very informational. Some of it's kind of common sense. Like, you need to, you know, have an open mind and be flexible with these kids, because odds are, you know, their values and their cultures are going to be different than yours, and you need to adapt and be inclusive and understanding of, you know, what kind of environment they come from. You can't just assume they're immediately going to take to your home and, you know, your rules and everything else. Like, you've got to be flexible with them and make them comfortable and safe. Like,
yeah,
that's the idea.
There was a quote that maybe we'll put it in the description because I really like this quote that described like kind of what foster care is, what it means, that we kind of started off the class with, and it kind of talks about that just being like a nurturing, safe home. But yeah, like we think that it's common sense, and we're not like special or anything, but I feel like for some people it's not, and it's actually like a challenge to be aware of what things you need to be flexible on, and it's tough. We had a really tough discussion at lunch because this made us realize like what happens if our placement plays soccer. Like, is that a deal breaker for us? We're not soccer fans, that's
No.
But seriously, like the facilitator for this class has been really, really awesome, very knowledgeable, and she was a home study person. I don't remember what term they use, but she knows about the home study because she's done it, and there's a lot of good home study tips that she was telling us, and like the main thing is, are you flexible? And hopefully people don't put on airs when they're going through this process that they are, when in reality, you have your boundaries. Like, you have to be open and honest about what you're able to do. So like for us, we think that we're fairly flexible.
There was a hot topic about religion. It came up, and the facilitator was saying how if the parent wants the kid, they say like take the kid to church and it's not the same denomination as yours, you still have to do it. These parents still have rights, and church and religion is one of them. So a lot of people were just kind of struggling with that.
And I don't think they struggled with like the parent requesting that. I think it was more so like if you get a child that is, what you would consider old enough to make the decision for themselves, and the child is asking to be baptized by the church that the foster family is involved in, what do you do? Because, doesn't the child have their own religious rights? So it was a hot topic, and it's interesting, and it's case by case, and pretty much every question we have and other people have, it's always case by case. It depends on the child, depends on their personality, depends on the family. So I don't even know why I keep asking questions, because I know that's going to be the response.
But almost every time, the answer is, you've got to defer to the biological parents.
They're still the parents.
Yeah, you can't baptize a kid without the biological parents' consent. There's a lot of things you can't do without their consent. Cutting their hair, like they still have rights as a parent. Just like any parent, if they don't have their kid, you don't want people to do certain things with them.
Yeah, and the hair cutting thing is primarily because it's altering their appearance. And, so people like really get up in arms about that, but, I can understand that. And especially like, I think I was watching another video by another foster mom, and, she was talking about getting a little foster guy, and, his hair was like down to here, and the mom just said like, I'm just not ready to cut it. Like, he was 2 or 3 years old. And the mom just wasn't ready. And like, yes, these parents make mistakes, but they're still the parents, and they have the right to those decisions while they're getting better, so that they can get their kids back. You don't want them to miss the first haircut just because,
right?
Just because of that.
Because reunification is the goal.
Yes.
So if the goal is to get them back with the parents, and they're going to be back with the parents, then you don't want to do a lot of things that are going to ruin that relationship.
Yeah, so we are here now for our afternoon class. I still forget what we're talking about.
Well, it's a new topic. Like, the first 3 hours is one, and then so that was session 7, and this is session 8. So this is a new one.
So we're going to go jump in there, and we'll give you final thoughts a little bit later.
We'll check back in.
Hey everybody! So we just finished our afternoon class. We are officially 21 hours, I don't know which way it's going to be, 21 hours done of our 36. So that's a cool milestone. We're over halfway there. So the afternoon class was managing child behaviors.
And emotions.
And I don't know how you felt, but felt like it was very heated at times because
I feel like all the classes get heated.
They do. But like, I feel like with this one, everyone comes in with their experience being parented, and then, you know, some people are already have had children and have gone through like their child's lives.
Yeah.
Or like even us, like we have a 2-year-old, but we've talked about our parenting styles and what choices we would make. So I just feel like a lot of people came in with like their own ideas, and then the class was just like, you can't do any of that.
Yeah, the state laws on how you parent foster children, you know, you can't do a lot of things, and you know, parents might hit their kids or, you know, punish their kids certain ways, but you can't do it with foster kids, and there's laws in place to protect them, and I feel like
for good reason.
Yeah, for good reason, obviously. But yeah, a lot of parents, you know, I feel like it's just going to conflict with what they do, and they just don't like it.
Yeah, and the biggest thing with this class is really just, you know, understanding that you have to you have to manage your foster kid differently than you would your own, and knowing where they're coming from and what's appropriate and not appropriate. And you know, we talked a lot about natural consequences and logical consequences, you know, and those are the best ways to, you know, manage behavior. What else? I won a brownie in class because I volunteered. I'm very much the person who, I like to keep things moving, and so when there's like no one contributing to the conversation or no volunteering,
yeah,
I will do it just to keep the class moving.
Took one for the team.
I took one for the team.
Good job.
And I got a brownie out of it. I'm finding that our diet on training days is terrible.
Yeah, it's not very good.
I mean, we started off with Taco Bell.
Yeah, the day was pretty much gone to shit from the start.
We had, you know, lunch that was not healthy. We're eating snacks because we're trying to stay awake. Probably better ways that we could be doing this. We need to start modeling the way.
Well, we're like almost done with it now. You know,
one of the things that they talk about a lot and try to prepare you for is that foster kids typically will have, they will hoard food. And I hear that a lot. I've also heard, you know, that they are not going to eat the food that you're going to have in your house, and to be prepared for that. But then again, with watching a lot of videos from other YouTube foster families, you know, I hear that that's kind of over dramatized. So I'm interested to see what our experience will be with that. But some of the training, I think they try to kind of prepare you for, I don't want to say the worst, but
they want to give you as much information as possible. Like,
yeah,
they want to give you a lot of different cases. You know, they talk about a lot of different circumstances and different kids and how they've reacted to different things.
Yeah, and it's helpful. It really is. And, you know, yeah, it's just really helpful.
So we've got another week before our next training, so you guys probably won't hear from us until then.
That's not true. We might do a video.
What? You're going to do another video?
Why not?
Okay.
We don't know what's going to come up.
Okay.
I still am like actively marking off the home study checklist and all the stuff that's involved with that. So maybe we'll do prepping for home study.
I like it.
If you guys don't get tired of us, we'll do another video. Well, is that it?
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you are curious about fostering yourself, check out the link in the description at adoptuskids.org, and feel free to ask us any questions.
See you next time.
Bye.